Hi everyone, thank you for joining the webinar this afternoon. My name is Megan Ainsworth and I'm the journal's publishing manager at Liverpool University Press. As you may know, we currently have 3 journals on ScienceOpen. These are International Development Planning Review, Town Planning Review and Modern Languages Open, and these journals are all part of the LUP Super Collection on ScienceOpen. This afternoon's webinar will be led by Stephanie Dawson, CEO of ScienceOpen. A bit about Stephanie. Stephanie grew up in Northern California, studied biology at Yale, and received a PhD in German literature from the University of Washington. She spent over 10 years at the academic publisher De Gruyter in Berlin in the fields of biology and chemistry in both journals and books publishing. Then, in 2013, she joined ScienceOpen as managing director in order to work towards more open solutions for scholarly communication. This afternoon, Stephanie will provide some useful insights into how Liverpool University Press journal authors and editors can use ScienceOpen to increase the reach and discoverability of their research, and generally how to make the most out of the platform and showcase its functionality. So I'll hand you over to Stephanie and we can get started.
Thanks so much, Megan, and thanks to everyone for joining us today. I really appreciate the invitation by Liverpool University Press. They're a fantastic and hardworking team. As Megan said, my name is Stephanie Dawson. I'm the CEO of ScienceOpen, and I hope to introduce you today to some new digital tools to promote your own work for more research impact. It's really exciting to be working with the Liverpool University Press on this project to promote the journals International Development Planning Review and Town Planning Review. And then another really different journal, the Modern Languages Open. I appreciate the opportunity to share some of ScienceOpen's features with you. I would like to talk today about what ScienceOpen and Liverpool University Press are doing together to promote your publications, then what you can do yourself to reach out to readers and increase the visibility and impact of your work, and finally describe some of the advanced features on the platform that are available to you. ScienceOpen is a freely accessible discovery environment with over now 68 million article, book, and chapter records, and a range of search filters to make your literature search more effective, and interactive features for networking and community building. You can use all of these features for free, and registration is as well, doesn't cost anything to use all of the services. Just to give you a little bit of context of sort of what is the sort of basic aim of the platform. So thousands of people from all over the world search in these nearly 68 million article records on ScienceOpen every day. The filters that we offer, such as open access or preprints, here are the filters list, or the sorting mechanisms such as citation number, altmetric score, date, or usage, make us an attractive discovery tool. Within this search environment, we highlight Liverpool University Press content in a number of ways. At the top of the facets menu on the left, a kind of shortcut to different filter options, we show collections that contain some number of articles from the search results. For example, for urban planning, with over 9,000 results, for example, the Liverpool University Press Planning and Development Collection shows up prominently in the facets. The same is true for a search for modern languages, for example. Articles have been added to the platform with a rich set of metadata by Liverpool University Press that includes abstracts, keywords, author affiliations, and more. This increases their discoverability in a wide range of searches and exposes them on all surfaces with more data for our similar article recommendation engine, for example. A search for affiliation, Liverpool University, finds over 20,000 articles, and you can see here that the collection Liverpool University Press Planning and Development is again in the top 5 of the collections. And so we're really trying to use the richer metadata that we can get from Liverpool University Press to highlight that content within a global search database. Collection landing pages, so you already saw where collections show up in the search facets. This is what a collection landing page looks like on ScienceOpen. They offer a user-centric view of the content with a wide range of filters for quick and easy discoverability. Content is not organized into volumes or issues, but lets the user set the sorting priority. Newest first, most talked about online, highly cited. This system lets top articles shine regardless of the volume or issue they were published in, so you can sort by top metric scores, citation numbers, etc. We're also very excited to welcome a new special collection from the journal Town Planning Review on COVID-19. And you can see always where there's overlap here in this narrow by collection with the other content on the site. So some of the features around these collections that could be useful to you as an author or as an editor is for the first, the follow button. You can stay up to date with a new collection alert by following the collection. Users can set their notifications to get daily, weekly, or monthly summaries of new content or activity in the collection. You can see here the email that I got that said this article was recommended one time. You can also check on the usage statistics of a journal with one click on the statistics button. There you'll find changes in article count, usage numbers, share count, and activity over time. Here you can see an example from the Modern Language Open, how the publication view count has developed since its inception. A further button here on the collection landing page is the Submit a Manuscript button. Each collection landing page has a Submit Manuscript button that leads back to an information page at the Liverpool University Press website, where researchers can learn more about how to and where to submit their manuscript. But we're only part of the story. So what can you do to further promote your research on ScienceOpen and beyond? The first most basic thing that you can and really must do as an author is to share your newly published article with your network of peers. Traditionally, researchers use conferences and sent author copies by post. Now most researchers use Twitter and Facebook or scholarly networks to get out the news about a new publication. It can be as simple as just putting the title and link to your article on Twitter, and here are some examples. Our new paper is out now. This can put your work in a wider context and get the attention of science bloggers, journalists, or other multipliers. On ScienceOpen, we make this really easy by putting a share button on every article that with one click you can share to Twitter, to Facebook, to email. This feature requires no registration, takes just a moment, and can really have a big impact. For our Chinese users, we also have the a share to the Sina Weibo network, which is pretty much most similar to Twitter and used almost exclusively in China. The next level of engagement is the option on ScienceOpen to enhance the metadata around your article. You can add an author summary in layman terms in your native language if it's not English, or if you're trying to reach out to a particular community. I saw a lot of the planning and development articles. A lot of them are about communities in Spanish-speaking or Portuguese-speaking or French-speaking areas, or in other native languages. And this is a place where where you as an author can add that foreign language summary to your article, or you can add something like a summary in layman terms. And this can really help you to reach a broader audience. It can encourage more community feedback, and it also increases this discoverability within the ScienceOpen platform by providing more text and concepts for our search engine. And we like to regularly promote articles on the site with these author summaries. Some of the other enhanced metadata fields that you can also add are this nice catchy image, keywords, and more. So how do you do it? For this feature, you do have to register on ScienceOpen, and you have to connect your ORCID ID or create an ORCID profile. ORCID is a nonprofit organization supported by universities and research institutes, publishers, funders, and other stakeholders as a central identifier of author names and publication lists. Once you have an ORCID, you can add all of your publications to your profile and take it with you everywhere. To avoid profile fatigue, ScienceOpen only adds and displays information from your ORCID. When you publish a new article, you can update your ScienceOpen profile with one click. And if you claim authorship of an article via ScienceOpen, you find something in our database and say, wait, that's my article. You can claim authorship of that, and we will add that information back to your ORCID profile. So we really are trying to dock onto all of the important infrastructure of scholarly communication. Once your list of publications has been added to ScienceOpen, you can navigate to your profile and open an article. Now you'll see a toolbar of features to enhance the visibility of your article. From this toolbar, you can add an author summary or a catchy image. You can enhance keywords. You can modify the discipline of the article if we got that wrong. As well, you can add a data availability statement or link to an open data set for your article. And to watch this space, we are often thinking of new ways that you can enhance the metadata of your article. Perhaps you want to link it to a preprint. That's maybe something that's will be coming up this year. All of the online activity that is tracked around your publication feeds into your altmetric score. A DOI is required for an altmetric score, and therefore Liverpool University Press works very hard to ensure that all of its publications are assigned a Crossref DOI. In the articles published in Liverpool University Press journals and beyond, you can sort by altmetric score to get a sense of how your work stacks up in terms of online mentions. So you might really be interested within a particular topic to see what are high altmetric scores, what are normal altmetric scores, what are low altmetric scores, just to get an idea of where you fit in. And those topics can vary wildly. So there's some topics like mathematics that are not very amenable to discussion on social media, and there's other more social science and humanities topics that definitely get a lot of discussion. Of course, this altmetric score really doesn't say anything about the quality or impact of your work, and some topics lend themselves more to an online conversation. But it may say something about the visibility of your work, and there are things that you can easily do, such as sharing with your peers online, adding your open access articles as supporting evidence to Wikipedia, or encouraging a mention of your work in a society newsletter or blog. So there's a lot of places that you can potentially get your work seen on the internet. As I said, all of this depends on your DOI, whether or not you share a link to your article on ScienceOpen, a link to your article on the journal webpage, whether somebody shares a link to the full text or just to the landing page. The company Altmetric is very good at tracking that information. You can learn more about Altmetric and the Altmetric score just by clicking on any of these donuts, and that will take you to the Altmetric page. Here's an example from an article published in the International Development and Planning Review that shows you the richness of the Altmetric information available. So in this case, this article was mentioned in the news and in some policy documents. And there's also a very interesting geographical view of that as well. One of the things that we also offer to researchers on ScienceOpen is that you can track your own usage statistics on ScienceOpen. So you can, once you're registered, you can navigate to your My ScienceOpen menu, click on Statistics, and then you can see how often your content, how often your articles have been viewed, how many reviews you have, followers, collections, etc. So now for some of the advanced features. The ScienceOpen platform offers a wealth of interactive options. I would like to today talk to you about our collection functionality for community curation and discuss a little bit open peer review. This is an example of a researcher-led collection on ScienceOpen on urban soundscapes. Researchers create these interactive lists as community resources for teaching or outreach. Whenever there's overlap with another collection on the platform, it's visible at the top of the left-hand menu under this Narrow by Collection field. The researcher collections look and feel very much like the publisher collections that you saw. All of the search menus are always the same. All of the sharing, follow features are all of the same, are always the same. So we really want to open up the role of editor and the act of choosing, curating the best content in your field to the research community, and as well, for free, open up the kind of marketing tools that are usually only used by publishers. Any researchers interested in creating a collection on a specific topic are welcome to get in touch, and we will help you to get started. Researchers typically use these collections to promote their research topic, start a discussion group, provide an interactive list of seminal papers for teaching, or a living bibliography for review articles. They are very easy to create. You can work on them with other researchers together, and they're quite fun to maintain and are also good mentoring projects. On ScienceOpen, it's also possible to review an article very much like a book review, and also brand new, it's also possible to review a book. ScienceOpen has an engine to invite potential reviewers, a built-in peer review questionnaire, ORCID integration for reviewers, and publication of reviews to Crossref and ORCID. Reviews are fully integrated in the platform and promoted widely. Authors are also welcome to invite reviewers with just one click of the button. So as an author, you can easily ask somebody to write a review of your paper. With the idea, a post-publication review is basically to help readers orient themselves, to understand what's important about your work and why they should have a look at this paper. We also have some further quick communication options like recommendations and comments. If you read an article on ScienceOpen that is particularly good or impossibly bad, ScienceOpen is a great place to share your expertise. In summary, I would like to thank you for all of your interest and encourage your participation in this project. It's great to work with a publisher like Liverpool University Press that is so active in exploring ways to reach the widest possible audience for your work. If you have any questions about any of the features on ScienceOpen, please get in touch with me or my team. We would be happy to help you start your own collection, invite reviewers for your paper, learn more about the altmetric score on the platform. Whatever you are interested in, we are happy to help. So now we would like to open the floor to all of your questions.
I actually have a question, Stephanie, if I should
Yes,
start with one.
absolutely.
Can you tell us a bit more about how editors can build special bespoke collections? I know you mentioned the COVID collection that we have for TPR articles, but maybe a bit more about how editors can add the content, how they can search for articles in similar subject areas. I was thinking about our conversation that we had recently about articles in IDPR, which relate to the SDGs. That might be something that the editors could be interested in doing.
That would be really fantastic. So an editor who is interested in creating a collection can just contact us and we will give them editor status. Once a researcher has editor status, they can set up their collection and they can create as well multiple collections on multiple topics, add artwork, logos, and then it's very easy to add articles to the collection. So you can do that either by browsing on the platform, searching on ScienceOpen. Every single record has an add to collection button if you are a collection editor, or if you already have a list of DOIs that you prepared for a review article or that you would like to use to seed your collection, we do have a dashboard where you can bulk upload DOIs directly to your collection to make that a little bit easier if you've already started curating content in different format and want to make that really easy to add. Once you add that content to your collection, then especially with a list of DOIs, we will go to the publicly available sources for those metadata. So we'll go to Crossref and we will pull in the title, the authors, abstracts, whatever metadata we can get. We'll add that into your collection. We query as well things like citations, altmetric scores. A lot of this content we already have on the platform, and then we will present that to you as an editor in the kind of searchable, discoverable list that you can play around with. And if any of those articles that you've just added are in another collection, for example, you'll see that. So if your article is that you're added to your own collection is also in another Sustainable Development Goals collection, then this will be immediately visible, and that might be a reason to reach out to the editor of another collection and say, hey, oh, I see we have something in common. Maybe we could do a joint project. So that's how we would love for it to work. We would very much welcome any of your editors to register on ScienceOpen, get editor status, and then we're happy to help them get started.
Well, that's brilliant. Thanks, Stephanie.
Any other questions out there that we might be able to answer? then I think we will wrap up the discussion here. Or unless, Megan, you have any other things that you think would be particularly interesting for the Liverpool University Press authors.
I think you've actually covered everything today, Stephanie. That was really useful. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Then, like I said, any questions, you can just send them to stephanie.dawson@scienceopen.com or to info@scienceopen.com, and we are more than happy to help you.